god of apps. I think that's getting pretty powerful right now. Everything's an app. And you can take a distillation of everything you love and put it into an app. So a god that gets to experience all the things that you love.
I would be more interested in finding a god that actively expressed people's old school empathetic connection to each other that you get from being in a room, but in a way that can be translated at scale. Now you could involve that in technology, perhaps with some kind of neural lace interface, it'd be some kind of weird hormone thing. Who knows? Maybe it'd just be some weird god magic, who could say? But something that more actively involved with human empathy, I think would be an interesting way to see how people's general political and otherwise perspectives would change once they literally feel what it is like to be someone else or to have lived someone else's life.
It's similar to new media, but I would say social media. I would like to see the god of social media, since it's such a specific thing that we've all become so engrossed in, and it's kind of an offshoot of Tech Boy. But yeah, I'd want to see a god of social media.
I'd go god of chocolate. I feel chocolate rules the world, and if I took chocolate away from this world, people would lose their shit.
I have to take this moment to say, Ricky, you are the god of chocolate.
Stop.
I can see both sides. Bilquis believes in the many elements of history that are useful, but she also sees the use of evolving and taking from the new. I'm also rooting for Matt Sweeney because he's the hottest leprechaun on TV. But there's something with everyone. Tech Boy has his answer, his appeal. New media has her appeal. But then, you get an argument from Mr. World that's compelling. That's my answer. No answer?
Well, I've read the book now, which I had not read with season 1. I was planning to not read it, but for various reasons I did read it. And it really is a beautiful book, Neil Gaiman's book, of course, of the same title. And I don't want to give anything away, but it's an interesting way that the old gods and new gods are used within the book. I'll leave it at that because I don't want to give anything away. But on some level, well, I shouldn't say too much. On some level, you almost don't need to be rooting for the old or new gods, but I should leave it at that.
The gods, they may be the central point around, well, Shadow's the central point around which we rotate. Don't assume that they're good just because they have power. Don't assume they're on humanity's side. They need us for a very fundamental reason, but don't assume that you should be rooting for any of them. Gods are selfish, gods are lonely, they're isolated by virtue of being elevated. Don't trust the gods, would be my advice. Don't root for any of them, that we're but pawns. Not but pawns, sometimes we're more important than that, but very literally in a new god sense, we're categorizable numbers. With the old gods, we're some form of tangible worship and feeling, blood sacrifice, whichever you want to do. I wouldn't trust them. They do not have our best interests at heart. They reward those who worship them because they have given them more than they give back.
The old gods, it's not a competition to the death, it's really a struggle for believers and followers. And the old gods could use a few more at this point.
I would like Shadow to go back a month and just be completely oblivious to everything and not pick sides. Just worry about his 9 to 5 at the gym and in bed with his wife.
Just get out of this madness, right?
It's crazy. Like, why does he even have to go with them?
Why are you here?
Why am I even here?
Run away!
I know! I had a gym. I got membership at Gold's. I could just go and work out. Why do I have to be in this war?
Stop following that crazy old man.
He's crazy. It says he pays him. I've not seen any money.